Welcome back to this extraordinary journey. Last time, we stood at the threshold of conception. A moment invisible to the eye but powerful enough to change two lives forever. Now, we continue forward. We enter week 2 after conception. And although the world may still see nothing, everything is changing. A remarkable story is unfolding within you. A story written not with words, but with cells. Not with ink, but with life itself. While many women may still be unaware of the incredible events taking place inside their bodies, this week marks one of the most important chapters of early pregnancy. Because this is the week when a tiny new life begins establishing its home. And that process is nothing short of extraordinary. The journey to safety. Imagine for a moment how remarkable this process truly is. Only days ago, a single fertilized egg began dividing. 2 cells became 4, 4 became 8, 8 became 16, then 32, then more, each cell carrying instructions, each cell knowing exactly what it must become. No confusion, no hesitation, no uncertainty, just purposeful growth. As these cells continue multiplying, they travel toward the uterus. The place that has been preparing for weeks to receive them. A place that has quietly transformed itself into a nurturing environment. A place where life can grow. And eventually, this tiny developing embryo reaches its destination. The place where it will implant. The place where it will begin calling home for the next several months. Implantation. One of the most important events in pregnancy. Week 2 after conception is often remembered for implantation. And implantation is one of the most significant milestones in human development. Without it, pregnancy cannot continue. With it, an incredible partnership begins between mother and baby. Imagine a tiny traveler arriving at a destination after an incredible journey. The embryo gently attaches itself to the uterine lining. It begins establishing connections, creating communication pathways, building the foundations for future growth. And although this process is microscopic, its importance is immeasurable. This is the beginning of a relationship unlike any other. A relationship between a mother and a child who has not yet been seen, yet is already deeply connected. When the body begins to whisper, many women still feel normal during this stage. Others begin noticing subtle changes. Perhaps unusual tiredness, unexpected emotions, mild cramping, tender breasts, slight changes in appetite, heightened sensitivity, a feeling that something is different, even if they cannot explain exactly what. These early changes often appear quietly, not demanding attention, simply whispering, and because they are subtle, many women dismiss them. They tell themselves, "It's probably nothing. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm overthinking." But the body often communicates long before confirmation arrives. Not loudly, not dramatically, but gently, patiently, quietly. The emotional waiting game. Week 2 after conception can feel emotionally exhausting, especially for women who are hoping for pregnancy. Every day feels important. Every symptom feels meaningful. Every sensation is analyzed. The waiting becomes intense, and with waiting often comes worry. You may wonder, is implantation successful? Is everything progressing normally? Will the pregnancy continue? Should I feel something? Should I not feel something? These questions are natural, but they can also become overwhelming. Because pregnancy teaches a lesson that many people struggle with. Not every answer arrives immediately. Some answers require patience. And patience can feel incredibly difficult when your heart is already invested. The fear of uncertainty. Perhaps one of the greatest challenges of week 2 is uncertainty. The future remains hidden, the outcome remains unknown, and the human mind often struggles with uncertainty. We want guarantees, we want certainty, we want confirmation, but pregnancy unfolds one stage at a time, one milestone at a time, one day at a time. This uncertainty does not mean something is wrong. It simply means the story is still unfolding. The pages are still being written. And while uncertainty can create anxiety, it can also create something else. Hope. Because possibility lives inside uncertainty. The invisible bond is already forming. One of the most beautiful truths about week 2 is that connection begins long before birth. Long before kicks. Long before ultrasounds. Long before a visible bump. A bond is already forming. A relationship is already beginning. Even if the mother has not yet met her baby. Even if she has not yet heard a heartbeat. Even if she has not yet received confirmation. Love often begins before proof. Connection often begins before introduction. And motherhood often begins before anyone else notices. The emotional burden many women carry. Many women carry hidden emotional burdens during this stage. Some fear miscarriage. Some fear disappointment. Some fear becoming attached too soon. Some fear whether they will be good mothers. Others worry about finances, relationships, health, responsibilities, the future. And while these fears are understandable, it is important to remember, fear is not evidence. Fear is simply a response to uncertainty. It does not predict outcomes. It does not determine your future. It only reveals how much you care. Because people do not worry deeply about things that do not matter to them. The presence of concern often reflects the presence of love. Supporting the pregnancy emotionally. This week is not only about physical development. It is also about emotional preparation. And emotional preparation matters. Give yourself permission to rest. Permission to hope. Permission to feel excited. Permission to feel uncertain. Permission to ask questions. Permission to seek support. You do not have to carry every concern alone. Talk to trusted loved ones. Talk to healthcare professionals. Talk to supportive communities. Strength is not found in isolation. Strength is often found in connection. A message to partners. If you are listening as a partner, your role matters more than you may realize. You may not be experiencing the physical changes, but your presence can make a profound difference. Listen, encourage, reassure, be patient. Offer support without trying to solve every problem. Sometimes the greatest gift you can provide is simply being there. Consistently, calmly, loving, present. Because pregnancy is not just a physical journey. It is an emotional journey as well. And emotional support can become one of the strongest foundations for a healthy pregnancy experience. The strength you don't yet realize you have. As this week unfolds, you may discover something remarkable. You are stronger than you think. Not because you have all the answers. Not because you feel fearless. Not because everything is easy. But because you continue moving forward despite uncertainty. That is strength. The willingness to continue. The willingness to hope. The willingness to trust. The willingness to grow, even when the future remains unseen. As week 2 continues, something fascinating begins to happen. The body and the developing embryo are learning to communicate. Not through words, not through sounds, but through an incredibly sophisticated biological conversation. Signals are being exchanged, messages are being delivered, instructions are being followed, and every one of those instructions is helping shape the future of a tiny human being. While you go about your day, while you work, while you rest, while you laugh, while you worry, life continues to develop quietly inside you. The remarkable thing is that none of this requires conscious effort from you. Your body understands what to do. Your body has inherited generations of biological wisdom. And right now, that wisdom is being put into action. The emotional weight of not knowing. For many women, one of the hardest parts of week 2 is not physical. It is emotional. You may not have confirmation yet. You may not know with certainty what is happening. And uncertainty can feel heavy. You wake up wondering. You go to sleep wondering. You analyze every sensation. You question every symptom. You replay every possibility. Sometimes the excitement feels overwhelming. Other times the fear feels overwhelming. And often both emotions exist at the same time. This emotional conflict is normal. It happens because your heart is already reaching toward the future while your mind is still searching for proof. One part of you wants to celebrate. Another part wants to protect itself. One part wants to dream. Another part wants certainty. And somewhere in the middle of these emotions, you continue waiting. The secret anxiety many women never talk about. There is a hidden anxiety that many women carry during these early days. An anxiety they rarely discuss openly. The fear that their body may somehow disappoint them. The fear that something may go wrong. The fear that they might not be able to control the outcome. The truth is that pregnancy often introduces us to one of life's most difficult lessons. Not everything important can be controlled. And that realization can feel frightening. Because human beings naturally seek control when they care deeply about something. Yet pregnancy repeatedly asks us to trust. To trust our bodies. To trust the process. To trust time. To trust professional medical care. To trust that not having every answer today does not mean something is wrong. Trust does not eliminate uncertainty. But it helps us live with uncertainty more peacefully. When fear begins creating stories, the mind is incredibly powerful. Especially when it is afraid. When certainty is missing, the mind often fills the gaps with stories. What if something goes wrong? What if I lose the pregnancy? What if I'm not healthy enough? What if I'm not ready? What if I can't handle what's ahead? Notice something important about these questions. They all begin with the words, what if? Fear loves those words. Because fear thrives on possibilities rather than realities. The challenge is that if we spend too much time living inside imagined problems, we miss the reality happening in front of us. And the reality is this. At this moment, your body is doing exactly what it is designed to do. At this moment, life is continuing to develop. At this moment, progress is happening. Not because everything is guaranteed, but because growth is already underway. Learning to speak kindly to yourself. Week 2 is a wonderful opportunity to begin practicing something that will benefit you throughout pregnancy. Self-compassion. The way you speak to yourself matters. Far more than many people realize. Imagine if a close friend came to you and said, I'm scared, I'm uncertain, I don't know what to expect. Would you criticize them? Would you tell them they're weak? Would you tell them they should have all the answers? Of course not. You would offer kindness, patience, understanding, encouragement. Now offer those same things to yourself. Because you deserve the same compassion you give others. Pregnancy is not a test of perfection. It is a journey of adaptation. And adaptation requires patience. The relationship between hope and courage. Many people think courage means feeling fearless. But courage rarely works that way. True courage often looks like this. Feeling uncertain but moving forward anyway. Feeling afraid but choosing hope anyway. Feeling vulnerable but remaining open anyway. Week 2 is filled with opportunities to practice this kind of courage. Because every day you continue forward despite uncertainty. Every day you continue caring despite not knowing. Every day you continue believing despite unanswered questions. And that is courage. Not dramatic courage. Not heroic courage. Quiet courage. The kind that changes lives. The kind that builds families. The kind that mothers demonstrate every day. The beginning of maternal transformation. Something else is happening during week 2. Something many people don't notice. The transformation into motherhood has already begun. Not because you've held your baby. Not because you've seen an ultrasound. Not because you've heard a heartbeat. But because your perspective is changing. You are beginning to think differently. To plan differently. To feel differently. To consider another life alongside your own. This transformation is gradual. It unfolds slowly, yet it is one of the most profound changes a person can experience. Motherhood often begins emotionally long before birth occurs physically. And that process has already started. A message for women who have experienced loss before. If you have experienced pregnancy loss in the past, week the 2nd of May feel especially difficult. Past pain can make present hope feel complicated. You may want to believe, but feel afraid to trust. You may want to celebrate, but feel hesitant to hope. If this describes you, know that your feelings are understandable. Past experiences shape how we approach the future. But remember this: a previous loss does not automatically predict a future outcome. Every pregnancy is a new journey. Every pregnancy deserves its own story, its own chance, its own possibilities. And while previous experiences may influence your emotions, they do not determine your future. Allow yourself permission to hope again, even if hope feels fragile. Because hope is often the first step toward healing. The extraordinary work happening behind the scenes. While emotions rise and fall, extraordinary biological work continues uninterrupted. Cells continue dividing, specialized tissues begin forming, connections continue developing, communication systems become more sophisticated. The foundations for future organs are being prepared. The groundwork for future growth is being established. Everything happening now serves a purpose. Everything happening now contributes to the future baby you will eventually meet. And perhaps that's one of the most beautiful truths of all. The smallest beginnings often create the greatest outcomes. As week 2 draws toward its close, take a moment to appreciate how much has already happened. Not everything is visible, not everything is confirmed, not everything is certain, yet incredible progress has already occurred. A new life has continued developing. Your body has continued supporting that development. And your heart has begun adjusting to a future that is gradually taking shape. You may still have questions. You may still experience moments of worry. You may still feel uncertain. That is okay. Pregnancy is not about eliminating uncertainty. It is about learning to move forward despite it. One day at a time. One decision at a time. One moment at a time. Remember this: you are stronger than your fears, more resilient than your doubts, more capable than you realize. And as this journey continues, you will discover new strengths, new confidence, and new reasons to believe in yourself. The story of your baby is unfolding, and so is the story of the remarkable mother you are becoming. If this journey is helping you understand pregnancy more deeply, continue walking every step with Health and Wellness Tipify. Join us as we explore each week of pregnancy, uncover the incredible science behind your baby's development, address the emotional realities of motherhood, and provide practical guidance designed to empower, encourage, and support you throughout this life-changing journey. Stay informed, stay encouraged, stay hopeful, because every week brings a new miracle, and your story is only just beginning.